The final stage of the sales game is stage 6. And really that stage has two purposes. One, in the event you're successful getting the client, it's all about assuring client enthusiasm. Or in the case where you weren't successful in stage 5, it's about understanding the reason for loss. On the assuring client enthusiasm piece, I want to take you back to the beginning of the goal of the game, right? Which was to create enthusiastic clients. How do we do that? We develop a scorecard that really captures the heart of the matter, the conditions of satisfaction, and we use that in stage 6. It is a separate meeting outside of your normal work with the client where perhaps 6 months or to a year down the line, you want to check back in with the relationship. We like to make sure that these aren't just a discussion added on to an existing meeting, but a best practice is really to set a separate, dedicated ACE meeting and really review the scorecard. Are we doing those things to ensure that the client is enthusiastic? There's also a portion of a stage 6, an ACE meeting, that's all about looking at the vision for the future. Both of those things will deepen the relationship, and oftentimes, although ACE isn't intended to drive additional work, a lot of times the ACE meeting will result in additional work, just talking about the future vision for the relationship. Now, in the event that you weren't successful in stage 5, we go back and we try to determine the reason for loss. One way that you can really improve your skills in the sales game is to understand when you're unsuccessful. Why? Stage 6 in that context is not about trying to take one last chance to sell the prospect. It's really about authentically trying to understand how can you as a professional or your organization be better and deliver better, a better value to attract new clients. So what we find is about half the time when you ask prospects to talk about why we weren't successful, about half the time they'll engage in that conversation. That is some of the most valuable feedback that you'll ever get as a professional. So listen closely. Don't use that time to sell. Key things on stage 6, right? It's different. This is one of the things that really makes the sales game different from a lot of other selling systems. Also, it's really about that scorecard. The better you understand the scorecard, the better you can understand the conditions and satisfactions of enthusiasm. You know what questions to ask or where to tweak. And then the whole thing about movement is you don't move until you have ensured that that client is enthusiastic. It really is a checkup. It's better than the client surveys or the other automated things that organizations use. It's really a face-to-face dialogue. So practice stage 6. You won't regret it.